Hey guys, this is John.
And I'm Allie.
And this is another episode of the Meatgistics podcast brought to you by Walton's. Here with a very special guest today, Steve Hall from Cast Iron Kennels. Steve, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing excellent.
Great.
Now, Allie and you have a little bit of a backstory. I'm learning that there's a nickname for Allie.
Yeah, I totally forgot. So Steve invited me and Hannah Franson to all women's hunt, which we talked about on the podcast
A while ago.
months ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple months ago.
Yeah. But along the way, at some point, Hannah and I decided that we needed bird dog names.
Of course they did.
I don't know. I think Steve maybe asked the question. Did you ask the question of what would your bird dog name be? Who
I
did?
don't remember.
Somebody asked that
Probably.
question.
Yep.
So I became Buster. And Hannah became
Something else.
something else that was also a male dog name. And it felt right for all of us in the moment.
It's clear that Hannah's not as important as you two. So
Wait, but no,
hopefully-
Steve also had a name. Steve, what was
Oh,
your
you
name?
had one as
That's
well.
the.
Dude, I don't remember.
I
so
should've
you
written
just
it down.
remember Allie's.
Yep. Just Allie's.
That's impressive. You must have left an impression. Steve, following your Instagram, you're a girl dad? 3 girls, am I right?
Yep. 3 girls, 9, 6, and 4.
So he's used to like dealing with women. So yes, I get it.
Yeah,
now.
I've got 5 sisters and only 1 brother. So I grew up swimming in estrogen.
But a fantastic beard.
Thank you. Yes. I had to grow it where I can.
That's always the way it seems to go.
Yeah, I'm a farmer. I just joke it's crop rotation.
Well,
That's good.
well, speaking of farmer, you're also a hog farmer.
Yes, I'm actually in my hog barn office right now. I've got to sort about 100 hogs for a load going out tomorrow. The hogs are actually going to go to Oregon from Iowa. I asked, I said, there's no hogs closer, but apparently my integrators got the contract with these people out there, and they said they do at least a load a week. So 1,900 miles, I was supposed to load at noon, and they asked, is there any way that we can do it earlier than that? So I'm going to load them at 7, which is good because tomorrow is our last day of pheasant season. So I'll get the hogs loaded and then I'll be out of here as quick as possible.
Oh, that's
Try to go
phenomenal.
Yeah. And we're right where the last couple of years, I've actually hunted the last day on our home farm and was able to limit out. So I fingers crossed that I can get that done tomorrow, shoot 3 on our home farm right here by the hog barns. That'd be, the icing on the season.
Yeah. When you did that, so if you're hunting at your house, is that like you're straight out walking out your back door, or are you still driving some distance?
Yeah. Well, you know where the kennel is there, right?
Yeah.
I'll just walk right across the road. There's a creek that runs right through our farm right there. So
That's my
pretty
dream.
fortunate.
That's awesome. No, somebody who gets that many pheasant a year, what do you like to do with them? Like, what's your favorite way to prepare pheasant?
Oh, I don't know. There's all sorts of different kinds. One of my favorites, I saw something on Instagram, and I don't even know the guy's name, is like Grilling Dads or something. It was a story, and he took a little plug for a sour cream. It was Dean's jalapeno popper sour cream dip, and he used chicken thighs. Well, I just used pheasant, chop it up, put it on a Blackstone, but you marinate it in the popper stuff with some barbecue seasoning and a little bit of garlic and cook it. And then you toast a sub bun and put it on there. That was damn good. But
good.
I don't know. We do a lot of nuggets and stuff like that. Kids eat that up. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. Are the girls picky with any of that, or are they'll eat whatever?
They're pretty good at eating it. We both cook pretty well, I think, and they're not too picky. So you just tell them a chicken and they down it, and then you get done, you're like, do you like that pheasant? And they're like, yep, pheasant's good. just
Smart.
do it and then tell them.
That's a smart way to do it.
Yep.
Talking about hogs earlier, how many hogs do you have on your farm?
Right now, I don't have I'm under 4,000 right now.
Okay.
But I raise about 15,000 fat hogs a year. I've got 2 finishing barns. They're 101 by 197. So I'm slated for 4960. And I get feeder pigs. So feeder pigs come in at about 60 to 70 pounds ish. Sometimes a little lighter, sometimes a little heavier, depending on the flow. So there's an integrator that lines this all up for me. It's my site, my facility, and I own everything except for the pigs, the feed, the medication. I'm responsible for the care and maintenance and everything that involves being a hog farmer. So they send the pigs in, they take the pigs out. It's all on them. And I'm the hired help for them here. So, yep. But I raise about 15,000 fat hogs a year.
God, that's insane.
That's a lot of
Yeah.
pigs.
Yeah.
My neighbors to the south have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 5 barns, and one of them is quite a lot bigger than this. They don't make them that big anymore because when you get one sick pig, they all get sick because they're all together, right?
Yeah.
So, but they're all wean pigs, so they get them as really little pigs. They're the same integrator as me, but oh my gosh, they've got to be pumping out, buku pigs. But they don't turn as much; they turn twice because they take them from a little pig all the way to fat hog, where I'm getting them like from guys like that.
Right.
So,
60 or 70 pounds. How old is that pig already?
When it comes to me, I put it in at 0 days. So
okay.
I don't know how,
so it doesn't,
I don't know. I don't touch it. Right. They come here and they start at 0 and then they go out when they think they're ready. So I started loading out right before Christmas, and the first load average weight was like 266 or 67. And my loads last week was 288. So they grow about 2 pounds a day in here. They're designed to grow fast, and the barns are meant to be conducive to that. They eat, drink, lay down, eat, drink, lay down, repeat. So,
that's insane.
I'm just equating that to a human real quick of like how fast could a human put weight on?
No, I don't think you can put if you're putting 2 pounds on a day, man, you're on full feed all the time. Holiday.
That's your job. That's it.
Yeah,
that's real problem. Yeah, that's Eddie Hall or somebody like a strong man who's just eating just to gain mass. And even
sumo,
they can't put on that much. That's insane.
Yeah, 2 pounds a day is crazy.
All right, so we don't have to get an exact amount. Obviously, I wouldn't give out this exact amount, but we talked about another property, your kennel, your hog farms. About how much land do you have?
So kind of a good story. My grandpa moved up to this home, what we call the home farm, in 1946. And he was a young man down on his family farm, and a man drove by and wanted to buy his team of horses. And he said, no, I can't. I use them. I need them. And the guy said, well, how about a job? And this was right after the Depression. So he worked for Metropolitan Life, who had acquired a lot of property after/through the Depression, including land and livestock. So his first job off the farm was a hired man for them. And he went and took care of 300 herd bulls. And some legislation came through that mandated that, I might not be exactly right on this, but the gist of it was that they didn't want private companies holding a lot of the private sector. So they mandated that they have some sell-offs. Well, an upper in that company, his name was Glenn Rogers, purchased this farm here and another farm just south of where we're at. And this was 480 acres, which was a pretty substantial size farm. And my grandpa was contacted by him. He said, I heard you're doing a nice job with our bulls. Would you work for me and take care of this land and raise cattle and hogs? So he did that, moved up here in 46. My dad was born in 42. So he's lived here, majority of his life. But where my kennel is, Allie, that barn there, I call it a dog barn. It's my kennel, but it's a dog barn. And I'm a farmer, and that's what it is. But anyway, that's probably the oldest building on the property. That's probably over 100 years old.
Oh, wow.
So that's so cool.
Kind of fun to use. And then the name Cast Iron Kennels comes from, there's a feeder manufacturer and water drinkers and things like that. And they're pride of the farm. And so if you look at my stuff, it's like pride of the uplands, English, Cast Iron Kennels. And they have some graphics on one of their feeders that says, pride of the farm, cast iron troughs outlast them all. And I started raising Irish setters in like 2001, and I never had a kennel name. I just had a pair, did it kind of through school, and then it petered out as I got into college. Anyway, I thought I need a kennel name. And I was thinking about it. I was sitting in my vehicle outside the kennel there, and I looked at that feeder. I said, cast iron troughs outlast them. I was like, Cast Iron Kennels. Man, it hit me like a truck.
That's it.
Blue collar and a little nod to the farming background. And the fact that I'm a hog farmer, it came from a hog feeder, which, so Cast Iron Kennels came from farming. But back to your original question, that was 480 acres. And my grandpa farmed that until he was able to purchase it all. And Mr. Rogers passed away, and his children sold it, and grandpa bought it. And he then sold 160 acres to a friend in town. And so he had enough money for most of it except for that last 160. So he sold that off to help cover the mortgage. And then since then we own about 600 acres and we farm about 900. So we're not huge, but we're not just tiny. My dad's 83 and he still helps quite a bit. And then my dad just moved to town. He was right in the process of that, Allie, when the women's hunt was going on. So he's got a little home in town, and it's not very big, but he likes it. And his running joke that I've heard him say over and over is that it's not very big, but I can vacuum the whole thing in 20 minutes. He thinks that's pretty funny. So
I like that.
But yeah,
There's nothing wrong with downsizing.
no, and we don't run, all brand new equipment, but if you buy something from Gary Hall, it is top notch. I mean, it's never, if it's outside more than it should be, there's something, he broke a leg, it's just stuff gets put away, stuff gets fixed. It's well taken care of. He washes it and waxes it. He's proud of his stuff, and I don't blame him. He's built quite a life for himself.
That's cool.
Well, real quick, jump into the kennel side of it. You said you used to raise Irish setters,
Irish,
but you're all English now, right?
Oh yeah.
So can we talk about that switch?
Yep. So when I was a boy, I was infatuated with reading. We had, the Farm 5 or whatever, NBC, CBS, public television. We just didn't watch TV, but I read all the time. And I love to be outdoors. And so naturally that overlapped with what I was reading. And I started reading books by Jim Kiergaard and Gary Paulson. And like Hatchet was Gary Paulson.
Oh, yeah.
And actually reading those with the girls right now, and they're kind of liking that, which is pretty cool.
My Side of the Mountain.
Yeah, I've read that.
Great one for kids too.
Yep, I got Hatchet delivered just the other day. I actually kind of doing it backwards. I'm reading Brian's Winter first.
Okay.
Because I found it in a thrift store for like a quarter. I'm like, oh, this has to happen. But anyway, Jim Kiergaard wrote these books called Big Red and Return of Big Red, and they were about Irish setters. And it was a boy who lived with his dad in the mountains in a cabin, and the rich man down the road had these fine setters, and it's their relationship and how he falls in love with them and eventually comes to own the dog and hunt with the dog. And I just was blown away with it. And I used to like to read the Omaha World Herald Classifieds because back in the day, there wasn't Marketplace or Craigslist. And one of my Christmas gifts one year, I found in there, it was a duck hunt. And we went out in the pit blind out in Nebraska. So I was looking for presents and, something that interested me. And I saw a pair of Irish setters. And so anyway, long story short, my parents bought those for me, and I started in 2001. Nice. And I graduated in December of from Iowa State in December of 11. And that was about the last of the setters. And then I started dating my wife in 2013. Close enough. Something like that. And I got an English setter, and I dropped him on the ground to go hunting, and his prey drive was just through the roof. And I knew that that's where I needed to be. So I never looked back after that.
Irish, when you talked about reading being part of why you changed, I can't remember if they actually were Irish setters or not, but I thought you were going to say where the red ferns grow.
Those were coonhounds. Those were that great book as well. Cried Like a Baby.
Oh my God, it's so sad. That's way sadder than Old Yeller.
Yeah, way sadder. I watched Old Yeller with my girls, and they didn't even cry. I was like, oh gosh.
Yeah, that's enough now.
They were coonhounds. I can't.
Oh, they
Red
were coonhounds?
Walkers
Okay.
or something. I don't remember. Yeah. But he was coon hunting with them.
They were terrible. That book was terrible. Oh, so sad.
Sad. Yep.
I've read
Big Dan and Little Ann.
So apparently we've branched off beyond Allie's reading.
No, this is great. I mean, I read Old Yeller in read is a loose term. We had to read Old Yeller in middle school.
Yeah.
But I don't think I finished a book until I was an adult. Like I didn't.
I used to just read like crazy. And then I got to college. And my first year, I was a history major. I thought I wanted to teach and coach. And after reading oodles of history books, it just dried up. I switched to business management. I was in a teaching course, and it struck me like a brick. The teacher's name was Chuck Octor, and he said, you get to deal with kids. And it was like somebody punched me in the face, said, you have to deal with kids. I changed my major the next day. I went and saw my advisor, said, I'm out.
It
seems like you made the right decision. You own multiple hundred acres. You have a hog farm. You raise great dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't own any of the land, but
Okay.
and it's all dad's. But the hog barns, they're getting paid for, and that's why I built these, because they cash flow. You can take a statement to the banker and say, this is what the pay is. This is the mortgage. Where does it work? And we built these in 2019. Thank God, got kind of lucky because prices went crazy.
Yeah.
And at the time when we were starting to talk about building them, we were talking with Farm Credit and different financial institutions, and they were projecting that interest would be 6.25%, 6.5%. Well, that kind of took the fun out of it, but it's seriously a huge equity builder. And for me to purchase land, I got to have a huge chunk of change in my pocket.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I went ahead and built the barns, and then I was able to refinance a couple times in 2020. And I took $600 from the $600,000 from the FSA at 2.5%, which is huge. That's a 10-year note.
Awesome. Yeah.
I'm in year 7 right now. So once I get that chewed off, it'll feel like I've got some coming in. Unfortunately, I'm sure everybody listening and you guys everything's gone up. But the contract price that I get paid for the hogs will stay the same. Electricity's up, utility, everything, propane, that's starting to come back. But in labor, and I try to hire my buddies, and I do a lot of it myself. When we get done, I need to go and sort off about 100 hogs by myself, which not fun, but it's a real money saver. Just get in and go do it.
Yeah.
So Iowa, from what I know, is, almost all, but lots of farmland and very little public access for hunting.
Extremely difficult.
Yeah. Your walk-in hunting is one of the lower ones in the country.
Yeah. It's too fertile, right? If you're going to own land, why are you going to put it into garbage? Which it just doesn't pencil out. And I'm quite scared that the farm bill isn't looking too good, and the land. I'm on the Local Pheasants Forever chapter, and our president he works for the NRCS. And anyway, he's pretty pessimistic that there will not be good prices, and a lot of that set aside stuff that's coming up probably going to come out. I know some big pieces that are coming out personally. So it's really a shame that Iowa DNR has just been hammering it. This is the best year in 20 years. And here we are at the top of our game, and it looks like we're setting up to slide. So, and I've definitely seen more out of state pickups coming around. And I mean, I'm glad they come, and as long as they do it right and don't trespass. We were hunting the women's hunt, and I was blocking back and forth, and I was 2 miles from my hog barns, and I needed to go check something at the hog barns. And I came back and I saw some I think it was Nebraska plates, regardless. And I'm pretty sure that they had been out on our property and were just, if you're going to come hunt, it's really difficult. I'm glad they come, but do it the right way. And if you do come, you got to be aware that the public land, it doesn't get hit just the weekends. It gets hit on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Wednesdays. I mean, there's hardly any off. So
and go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, and as far as like trespassing, there's really no excuse for it anymore with Onyx.
Nah.
Like, it's public, that's private land you're on.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt. And you can put signs up and stuff, but the likelihood that, unfortunately, these guys know this too, that they're going to pop a bird, put it in their truck and be gone. Nobody ever know the wiser.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's a shame. And then we've got a piece, and there were some local trucks on it a while back, and it's like, guys, what are you doing? Like, seriously, you obviously know whose this land is,
right? But
what do you do?
Yeah. Other than pheasant out there, how is the quail hunting up in Iowa?
Oh, Allie, I think there's a pretty good picture that shows a nice covey of you. Have you seen that, John?
Yeah, I have.
The night before we went out, I asked, who was it we were hunting with? Was she a game warden, or
Olivia Lappin? She works for.
No, not Olivia. She was only there the first night.
Oh, Katie H. Opener, I don't know. I bet I have her card in my wallet. Okay. But she's our DNR officer.
There we go.
And she had done a youth hunt for Pheasants Forever. I have it right here.
There we go.
Hoepner, Hoeppner.
Okay.
Keep the DNR's ticket in your in your wallet.
Yeah, I asked, she was like headed out the door and was like, hey, does anybody have any questions before I head out? And I was like, yeah, what's the limit for quail? Cause I was like, I know limit for pheasant, but I didn't think to check for quail. And she and somebody else, Steve, I don't know, it might've been you. Maybe it was Jared. It was you. It was like, oh,
Yeah,
you won't see any quail. I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. They're like, don't worry about it. I saw more quail that day than I did pheasant. It was insane. And I stepped right on top of a covey. And yeah, Jared got an awesome picture. We'll have to like throw it onto here of me stepping out and this whole covey comes up around me. And
just awesome.
It was amazing.
It's just breaking the grass. I mean, it's so cool.
I thought about getting that framed for my dad for Christmas, and I never did because I was like, I tend to give him pictures for Christmas, like things that would make him cry potentially. I like to go for the emotional thing. And I looked at his walls and I was like, there is no space left anywhere. I've given him too many things that he has to hang up. I don't know what to do.
You can hang that one in his office.
There's also things in there.
I got an idea for you here.
Okay.
So I was listening back, boning up on what Meatgistics podcast was about. Yeah. And I listened to the one with your dad. And I was a little bummed. He's looking for a dog, but he's looking for a wire hair or something. Boy, I've got setters. Talk about an emotional gift. And you can't put it on the wall.
That's true. I think he already has reached out to somebody and gotten on a list.
Yeah, he's on a list.
But I have my youngest brother is looking into getting a lab. So I think he maybe made an actual move to make that happen last night.
But Dylan doesn't go bird hunting enough to.
Oh, lab's fine.
He
then.
will. He will with the dog.
Okay. Dylan's a huge coyote hunter. Like that's his favorite thing to do.
Big fan.
It's thermals and everything.
Thermals and everything.
Only thermals. He doesn't like daytime. He only likes the thermal hunting.
That's a whole new world. I've got a friend down in Southern Iowa. He shot 106 coyotes with thermal last year.
Oh my gosh. I asked Dylan about that.
And I said something like, wow, that's awesome. He's like, what a grind. I'm like, yeah. I believe that.
That's amazing.
And one of the nice things about coyote hunting is, you can go up to somebody and ask, hey, can I hunt your land for blah, blah, blah. But if you ask them, can I kill some of your coyotes? Almost all of them are going to go, yep, get on out there.
It's pest control.
I tell the guys that ask, I'm like, don't even ask. Just tell me you went. Like, kill them all. Because I like the pheasant hunt and quail hunt. And back to your numbers of quail. Our quail numbers are up, but 100% of one is 2. So we don't have huge numbers, but we have some. And quail season actually ends January 31st.
Okay.
But pheasant season ends the 10th. So I will probably be done unless I get a wild hair up my what to go. But it's this time of the year, it's cold, it's brutal. Your dogs are, you've had it.
Sure.
And I'll probably be done. But I went with Jared and my friend Adam Ryla. Maybe Cast Ryla. She's been on the flush a couple times. Anyway, regardless, I went with Adam and Jared 2 Mondays ago, and we got into a covey, maybe 20. I got it on GoPro, and I'm just standing there like, pick one, and they're flying through the trees. And finally, I fired into the trees. I should have just instinctively pointed and shot. Might have had more luck, but we didn't kill any. Adam shot one that went over his head. So, but I was seeing more quail. I wouldn't come here specifically to quail hunt. I mean, truthfully, I would come to pheasant hunt and maybe get a quail or two. It's tough. I will probably be done on the 10th. With my hunting seasons.
So are you mostly a pheasant hunter, or are you deer hunter as well?
Yeah. So I've hunted a little bit of all of Iowa's game. I've killed more deer than I can recall, but I've just lost interest. The guys that are successful because they're putting in the work. And I was more of an opportunistic, I'd hang a stand, shoot a doe,
right.
Put a pop-up blind out. Mm-hmm. Bow hunting is great. I love it. And it's super fun. But if I have a deer tag in my license in my wallet, I'm thinking about filling that. And while I'm trying to fill that while I'm hunting, I'm thinking about all the work I should be doing. So it's kind of makes me anxious. I just let it go. All roosters are created equal in my book. And nobody gives you crap if you shoot a rooster, but if you don't tag a deer, then you got tag soup, and it's like, this sucks.
Yeah. You're in real trouble then.
And our deer numbers have slipped quite a bit too. Catherine Cummings was on our hunt. Mm-hmm. And she's with the Iowa DNR, and her fiance, not husband yet, is the Iowa deer biologist. And he came and hunted with us, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago, whatever. They live in Iowa, and our county is going to go to their general tag will be a buck only tag. You won't be able to shoot a doe unless you have landowner tags or depredation tags, which depredation is what Catherine does. And I don't think we've got that problem here anymore. When I was a boy, I remember seeing herds of hundreds of deer, and it's just they're EHD. And then we just broke with what's the really bad one?
CWD.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Yep. See how much I'm into the deer hunting. You know?
Yeah, that's a major concern for pretty much everybody who's big into deer hunting nowadays.
Yeah, but the guys that are good at it are still getting big bucks, but they're working at it. It's a season long thing. I don't know. Maybe I don't have the patience. I'm happy settling for 3 roosters and going home.
Yeah. I had this little vision board party with a bunch of the girls recently, and I love looking at like what all the other girls make. And the girl sitting next to me for this next year has 4 kids already, and she wants another one. So like her board has like these cute little socks on it, and then you look over at my board and there's a big picture of a deer on it. I've got a big buck on it because I'm like, I've never been deer hunting, and I want to go get a deer this year. It doesn't have to be a buck, but like I would love to get a deer and make my own food out of it. But it's just typical.
I mean, when I became busy with the hogs too, it's just enough on my plate with the kids and the pigs, and it's one less thing to worry about. I do like turkey hunting. I went 7 years in a row with getting a turkey or 2 in the spring.
Nice.
And then I started taking our girls and started striking out. So I actually have a deal worked with a guy. He bought a puppy from me. On the 14th, I think Kansas opens up their lottery for turkey tags. Something like that. I need to look into it, but I'm gonna go hunt with him, and I'm gonna take our 6-year-old and let her choose where we stay, what we eat, whatever, to get her involved. And she's excited. Charlotte's pretty pumped about it. So
that'll be so fun.
So I love turkey hunting.
Yeah, turkey hunting's way up there.
We didn't have a second season last year, just FYI. So numbers were coming up, and then I don't know what happened. Everyone I've talked to, especially out in like the El Dorado area, talks about how numbers in the last 2 years are just gone.
He's got a kind of a unique deal. He's west of St. Joe somewhere. Anyway, he sent me a picture of dozens of them.
Okay.
I think they farm about 2,000 acres, and they manage it all for game.
Oh, nice.
So I think I got a little bit of a hotspot hunting.
I would say
situation. Yeah,
that's perfect.
Send me some snack sticks, Allie. We'll go work a deal.
All right.
Take you to get you a turkey.
Sounds like a good plan. I've got a turkey hunt I'm going to go on in March, May. I don't know. Sometime in the spring. It's like a fundraiser sort of a thing that I think my dad and I will be going on. One thing, so going on to the hunt with you, that was the first time that I've ever done a hunt with really women in general. And then also the very first time I've ever hunted without my dad. So I came back here and I was like, Dad, I love you so much. Thank you for letting me be like a hunting passenger princess. Because on this hunting trip, I had to do all the things myself. I had to drive the truck. I couldn't just sleep in the back. I was like, I'm so grateful for all the things you do for me. He's like, yeah, there's a lot of things. And I think you could see him just like glow inside. He's like, yeah, this is like my job. I get to do this, and we get to do this together. It was cute.
Sounds like he did it right. I'm hopeful that my girls will follow me and want to do that too. I mean, that would really make I feel like I succeeded, right?
Yeah. And it took me a while too. Like I didn't just like love hunting at a young age. I did a little bit when I was in my teens, but didn't do a lot until 20s. It just, something clicked.
I took Hannah. Hannah's our oldest. She's 9 now, going on about 20. That kid knows everything. She's so good with math. I don't even think about it anymore. I just ask her. Anyway, we went out, Santa Claus. If you have a youth tag in Iowa, you can hunt every season if you have the right firearm.
Okay.
So anyway, Santa Claus gave her a muzzle loader for her big gift.
And how old?
So she could go probably 6, 7.
Oh, nice. You're getting it early.
But we got out. I've got a friend that has a property north of town where we live. And that year he took 2 Boone and Crockett bucks, one with his bow and one with his muzzleloader. And then the next year his wife took one with the gun. Yeah. And we worked out a deal where we could come and shoot a doe with Hannah, and he met us out there, and she balked at it. It was a little overwhelming, I think, to be with the boys. And so we'll dial that way back. And I don't know how to do it properly, but I'm going to see if they get fired up about it. This women's hunt that I hosted it was a huge driver, right? Let my girls see that women can hunt, hunt, and are just no different than the men. They came in. I bought, I don't know, 3 variety packs of White Claw.
Yeah.
I think 2 of them got drank. All the beer got drank.
I think that's one of the first things I said. I was like, you know, women's hunt, like during the day hunting is a little bit different. Like when that covey flushed up that I like stepped on, and you hear Jared in the background of the video go, "Did anybody hit that?" And all the women in this high pitch go, "No." Like just everybody once. But at night, I was like, it's the same as going with the guys. It's the same
we drink
atmosphere.
Too much. We have a good time.
Yeah, just have a good time. You've got the same groups and pockets of personalities. It's like, there were a lot of claws.
And Allie's actually a pretty good shot, especially on pheasant.
I don't know if I was that trip, but
she normally is. We have
good on the clays.
Yeah, I did do good on the clays.
There you go. And she does well on clays too. So
do okay on clays.
I would say you're above average for a shooter. I'd put you above
Thank
average.
you.
Yeah, it's only above 50%.
Our Busta Clay records would show otherwise.
Occasionally, we go to this one spot, and occasionally they set up the clay shoots like not for novices. Mm-hmm. And the first year I went, it was very much novices, and I shot a 74. I then shot a 60, and I think this last year a 50.
I think I got a 41 year out of 100.
Yeah.
So
you're still batting over 50.
Yeah. So I'm not dying of embarrassment at the end. I'm just unhappy. Like, I should be better.
I did fake a card that year, and I had my mom cheat for me. She was keeping score, so we had an extra scorecard and had her do one. So I beat John by like 2 points. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was great.
And they tried to pass it off as if it was real. Like I turned around and go, no, what are you?
I'm a terrible liar.
Okay. All right. So was Allie busting that cove or covey? The cove. The best thing that happened in that all women's hunt, or what was your favorite part of that? If you remember anything specific, or were they all just boring?
We weren't boring, I can tell you that.
No, it was a good time. So we split up. My friend Jared helped, and Allie was with him the first day. We drew numbers. It was 1-2, 1-2, and just by luck of the draw, Allie and Hannah and pretty much all of the new participants were together.
Yeah.
Because I partnered with a podcast group of women, and they do women's events. They have one of them has, I got to preface this, right? Because it's going to sound a little bit bad. They have a dog named Dixie, and they have a podcast named Hunting Dicks.
Hunting Dicks, yeah.
DIX.
Yep.
Yep. But they knew damn well what they were doing when they named it that too.
100%.
But they're awesome people. Well, I basically got the HD girls, and then Jen from Massachusetts was, I think, our only, new member, because I had Catherine and Liz Blatchford, which had come last year. And then you had you and Hannah and
Liv, Liv and Jules.
Liv and Jules. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I didn't get to see that until we got home and we put it up on the TV and watched, clips of GoPro and whatever. And the pictures. My favorite part maybe was like when you and Jules and Hannah, you shot that one. We'd walked all the way around the loop of that field. I've got that. I think that Jules and you tag teamed that rooster.
I think it was Jules and Hannah got it. I think I was the only one that didn't shoot. Wait.
Different hunt.
Oh, yes.
Different field.
Yeah.
After Liv had shot her quail.
Yeah.
And we went in and we talked to the guys that had right on the road, and we went around the field. And we shot at that rooster in the corner, and there was a crazy landlady screaming at us. Yeah, which we were all totally legal where we were at with permission, X distance from the house. Anyway, that field, buck goes on point, George honors, and then I believe you and Jules kill that rooster.
Yeah, that was that was a pretty solid one. Yeah, Jules had already shot a couple, I think. And so by the time that went up, I was like, look, we both shot at the same time. And I know that I was on it. Yeah. And I was like, hey, I'm not positive this is mine, but Jules, I am claiming this one. She's like, that's fine.
I saw the footage, and I think that Jules might have hit it just a skosh ahead of you because the feathers kind of puffed one way.
Yeah.
But you hit it too because the feather, it was like bang, bang.
Yeah.
It's damn close. If she wouldn't have, you did.
Yeah. And that one, if I remember correctly, your dogs were on like the perfect point on that too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good one. I need to post that up.
Yeah.
It's a good one. And then what you were talking about, Jules and Hannah tag teamed.
That was sweet.
A double rooster. Buck got
Mm-hmm.
Hannah's,
Mm-hmm.
and Richard, Jules's dog got hers. So yeah, that was sweet too. I think we got 3 right there. Click, click, click.
I think so. I think because you got one too in that, right?
Yeah. I beat Jules to the draw just a little bit, 50 yards back to the east.
Yeah.
And Richard fetched it up and brought it back to her, which she was excited about because it was his first retrieve. I was just watching that the other night, trying to figure out the GoPro stuff. And then just west of there was the double.
Okay. Yeah. So. And that was like on top of a hill, and something that I didn't think about coming back to Kansas to hunt. I was like, Kansas, I'm used to, it's pretty flat. There's a little bit of hills. Iowa was like nonstop hills. My legs were on fire.
She talked about that a lot when she got back.
We're right on the curtails of the Luss Hills. We kind of roll out them. So the Luss Hills were deposits of dirt left by glaciers when they melted. And there's only 2 places in the world that have them: Western Iowa and China.
Oh,
and anyway, we're right in that. We're just out of it. Where we're at is considered gently rolling, but back to the public land access, the stuff that we're hunting is, for lack of better terminology, it's the trash. It's the really rough stuff that doesn't make sense to farm, highly erodible. And that's part of how the NRCS pays on it. If it's more highly erodible, you get a better pay. I mean, they want to incentivize putting in poorer soil to stop erosion and protect the land, right? Yeah. So we were hunting rough stuff. I went out to South Dakota. I have a dear friend in Redfield, which if you ever get a chance to go hunt Redfield, the pheasants out there is amazing. So put that on your book. And I'm not hot spotting anything because they tout themselves highly as pheasant capital of the world. And that's a huge part of their income. Anyway, we walked like 12,000 steps one day or something. He's like, hey, what do you think about that? I mean, granted, there was some cattail stuff, but we try to not. Cattails suck.
It's hard.
I caught one up the nose, cut me bad one time. You fall in them and you
can be tough on the dogs.
Yeah, it sucks. Anyway, I was like, that's child's play. We'll put 20,000 on out here in the hills.
Yeah. So. Plus walking through some thick stuff too. It's not like it's just low grass.
We had an extremely good year on moisture. I think it rained twice a week in July out here. Wow. And so all that poor marginal ground had all the nutrient, all the water it needed anyway to really blow up. So this year we had a lot of great cover.
Yeah. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was fun.
We had the same thing in Kansas. We had an unbelievably wet spring and summer. Like I've been here 12 years now. The most rain we've ever gotten.
Yeah, I haven't got a lot of experience with Kansas. I worked a wheat harvest out there in Colby, Kansas, way north, where the governor's hunt is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And when I graduated from college, I worked for ADM. I was a grain merchandiser, and they decided I needed to go see what a wheat harvest was like, it's insane. But it was 2012 and that was drought year. I remember out there, it was 117 degrees one day. It was hot. I mean, just scorcher. Everybody was complaining about low yields and stuff, which I'm not familiar enough with wheat to tell you what a low yield is, but it was hot and it was flat.
It definitely out in Western Kansas. It is super flat.
So dry.
Yep.
It's like
I went down and saw the Monument Rocks, and that was pretty cool. But that was like, wow, there's some sort of contour.
Right?
Yeah. In Western Kansas, the tallest hill is the overpass on any of the highways. Like it is
Mount Sunflower, the tallest point in Kansas. It's like a flat spot. It just happens to be the highest in elevation.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's ridiculous.
That's hilarious. I believe it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
That's your fun fact that you have to learn growing up. Like in school, you learn about Mount Sunflower, like 4th grade.
And it just stuck.
Yeah, it just stuck.
All right. So we've got English setters. There are puppies on the way.
I'm done whelping. I've had 3 litters here within like the last weekish. So I've been having some late nights. I actually had to write it down, so I didn't blank on it. I had one born on the 29th, 1 litter, and she's got 5 females and 3 males. We actually lost a little female today. She wasn't doing good. It happens. Unfortunately, it's part of the beast, right? But I tried, pulled out all my tricks, and it just couldn't save it. And then I have a litter that was born on the 6th, and there's 4 females in that and 4 males. And then I've got one that was born the next day, the 7th,
Wow.
and there's 3 females and 3 males there.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah, you have
I've
been
been
busy.
I've been busy, yeah, which is good, but it's, I like to be there when they're whelping and, pull them around, make sure that the sack is off, get them close to mom. I'll take a towel and wipe them up a little bit, help mom, help them, get them warmed up. And then after that, so today I came out to the farm. So I live in town. My wife is a school teacher. She teaches first grade, and I live 12 miles from the farm. The end game is to move back to the farm, right on the property where the kennel is, where I grew up. But that's not where we're at right now. So I drive out every day or night or whenever. And so first thing I did this morning was checked all the puppies, found that the one had not made it. And I left there last night at 9 after sorting hogs and working. And I'd been in there 4 times helping, putting it around, gave it some milk replacer, gave it some IV fluid, just anything I can do to try to help it. And anyway, I've already done that once today. I'll go back after this and do that before I go sort. And I'll do it again after I sort. I'll be in there 4 or 5 times today, just making sure that puppies are getting rotated around, the teats in the back are better, just try to keep everybody happy, warm, and healthy. And it rained all day yesterday. And now we've got ice everywhere. Just winter puppies are a lot of work, but it provides the best puppy for the first hunting season, the oldest puppy. And I like that, so kind of maybe not selfish, but I like that there's no flies in the winter, and it's a lot cleaner that way. You don't have to deal with them. And those flies just love a warm spot in like the early spring when they're coming around, and I don't have to deal with that. And so there's a lot of advantages to doing it that way, but yeah. I got puppies coming out of my ears right now, which would be good. I'm excited for them. I've got the whole first litter sold, and the second 2 are got a bunch of availability, but it's kind of fun. They go all over and they meet people like-minded. And I got a puppy going to Texas on Sunday, and I've got dogs in California and Maine, and that's the best part, meeting the people and watching your puppy grow up. Social media has made the world pretty flat. You see everywhere.
And you're pretty good at social media. Your Instagram account is absolutely worth a follow.
Straight fire.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm just a dumb farm kid trying to be funny.
But like I'll be scrolling through it and I'll like see a reel pop up, and I'm like, man, this is funny. I'm like, wait, no, I know this guy.
I know this guy.
Awesome.
It's that bearded guy in Iowa.
The one you used of the Zohan movie where he's swimming like a dolphin. I was like, that was good. Perfect.
Yeah,
I would swim there if I could swim. I'm pretty stuck in the land here.
Yeah.
So do you do any? You don't do any training? How many animals do you keep yourself?
I've got 7.
Oh,
7 adult setters, and then we've got a cocker Phil at the house, and then. Sorry, Allie, 2 cats. I'm so allergic. I heard your podcast. You're like 2 hours. Like I had to leave. Like that sucks.
I felt so bad because I was like, and the dumb thing is like the older I've gotten, the more allergic to cats I've become. It's like it just like keeps building. So I was like, I want to hang out with everyone, but I can't breathe.
I'm literally dying. And those cats, I saw them like walk across your lap. Like
I know. I was like, I don't know if I should push it down or if I should just let it happen. It's like maybe if I just ignore it, it'll leave. And it just like tried to make its home on my lap. And I was like, one of the girls came up and pushed it down for me. I was like, I just wasn't sure what to do.
Yeah. Well,
that was funny.
No more house cats after that. I'm dead set on that. That's 2 is enough and never again. I like the cats, but no thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, 7 adults and
males versus females. Do you try to keep a certain amount of females around to be breeding?
I've got 4 females right now, and that works out pretty good because I don't know. I mean, it kind of bit me right now because they all cycled together here 2 months ago. The gestation on dogs 63 days, and that's usually pretty close. So they all went together like, yeah, we're just going to do it all one big Band-Aid and rip it off. And then I'll skip their next cycle. We'll see if I breed anything back before that. But it's actually, you got to dance a fine line because it's actually better it's better on the female to breed back to back. It's like their body's in shape for it. But then you risk the connotation of being a puppy mill, right? And that's not what you ever want to project or be, and I try very hard to show that I'm involved and they're working. And I mean, what you don't see is me out there scooping poop every day and buying feed and, cleaning buckets and watering everybody, segregating stuff. And it's a lot more than just what you see on social media, all the good stuff, but you got to be pretty careful how you advertise yourself with the dogs, and people are keyboard warriors is a real deal. Trolls, you just got to try to be kind of real about it, but it's a kind of, it's a fine line to dance. Yeah.
Yeah. Social media has done some great things. Like you said earlier, it's flattened the world. We can all see each other.
Yep.
But it has given people the ability to interject their opinion when you don't need their opinion.
Don't need it.
Right.
Yeah.
But whatever. We provide a great home for the dogs. They're not all kenneled in small little kennels. The facility that I use, like I said, is an old hog barn, and then that's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kennels inside of there. But I've got a giant courtyard outside with 2 long run that they can run in and out. I mean, they've got lots of space. They got all the room in the world. They got shade. They got, heated places in the winter. It's pretty nice. I mean, it's an old building, but it's not too bad.
Oh, it's a pretty sweet spot. It's from personal experience, an awesome setup and a great little pen that you can crawl into and let puppies crawl all over your lap.
Yeah,
I think I
my
had like
room.
4 or 5 puppies at one time. I was like, I don't want to leave. This is.
Yeah, we didn't get started too early that day of hunting. We sat and played puppies for a while.
I think Hannah and I were both like, you guys can go hunt and we'll just hang out here. That's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't love playing with puppies? They are just the best.
So cute.
Yeah, so soft and cute.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, the ones that were just born at the end of the year, how long, are their eyes open yet?
The one that was the litter that was born on the 29th, they're just starting to pop.
Okay.
They're just getting there. And there's one male that I named Chief. He's got like a huge arrow up the back of his neck, perfectly cool. If my tip of my hat was his ears, like there, it's like so perfect.
Nice.
And I was telling my buddy, I got this dog I'm naming Chief because he's got like a giant spear head point, broadhead point up his neck. He's like, he just lost a dog. It's Wyatt Pepple. He's with the Upland Nomads podcast, and he's going to get him. So I feel happy. He's like, I was going to name my next dog Chief.
Oh, he was already planning on doing that?
Just happenstance. It worked out. Yeah, but he's a stud right now. He's the biggest in the litter. And they're just starting to open, and they're starting to teeter around kind of good. They're not just crawling, so that's fun to see them go. But they'll be 2 weeks old now on Monday, if I'm not mistaken on my dates. So it's time. They're getting there. It's amazing how fast they grow up. Just seeing these that are almost 2 weeks or a week and a half versus the newborns. And the newborns look like this, and the other ones are size of your hand already or bigger. So a lot of growing.
They get big quick.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you think that your girls are probably going to get into wanting to do dog breeding too? Like, do you think that's something that they enjoy, or are they still kind of young for that?
They're pretty young. They enjoy the puppies, right? Of course.
Sure.
They like having puppies at the house. We've got this one that's going to Dallas. We've been housebreaking since December 23rd.
Okay.
The gal schedule is really busy and whatever. Anyway, they like that part of it. They're pretty young though, the kids, to really be able to say, I want to do this or that.
Okay.
I don't know. I wouldn't be opposed. I've told them before, if they want to hunt, they've got the keys to the bank account. Like, let's go. Nice. It'll happen. Like the girls collectively own a few guns already.
Nice.
So, I'm probably more anxious about it than them. I hope they do, because I enjoy it so much.
Yeah.
But we'll see. If they do, they've got the nice setup for it, and be glad to help them and get them going.
Yeah.
Got a few tricks. I've learned a few things since 2001. But if they do, I hope so. Whatever.
Also, it finally hit me. I remember Hannah's dog name.
Oh, is that what that?
Yeah.
I thought something appeared out of nowhere.
John and I have we have show notes that we share. And so I just typed it on there so I wouldn't forget. I'm pretty sure she was Tank. I'm pretty sure we had Tank and Buster.
Yep, Tank and Buster.
I would
That's
take
it.
Buster over Tank if I was a girl.
Hannah's
as a
like,
name.
I'm Tank.
Oh,
And I was like, yes,
she
you are,
gave
ma'am.
it to herself.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I think I was like, I'm Buster.
Interesting.
And it just worked. It just did.
Maybe I was probably trying to be funny, like you have to call me Dragon. That's probably what I said.
I think you probably did.
Yeah, I'm kind of a one-trick pony like that. That's
right.
probably what I said.
You did call me.
Which Will
Dragon.
Ferrell movie is that?
Step Brothers.
There you
Step
go.
Brothers.
Call me
Yeah.
Dragon.
Yeah, I knew Allie. So I met you. I was like, oh, you're nice. And then I knew I really liked you when we were in that last field, and you're talking about Django. I'm messing with my eye holes. Like, oh, these are my people.
Like
Yep.
every time I have to adjust my vest out in the field, I can't not think that. I'm like, hold on, I'm messing with my vest.
Yep.
Allie fits in really well with Patrick and I because about a quarter of her communication is through movie and other quotes. Like,
I think that's a dying art.
Yeah.
oh please
When
no.
when we grew up,
Yeah.
it was you just sit around and quote movies.
true.
Now you just watch reels.
Well, also it's probably because I've seen The Life of Brian or Monty Python Holy Grail like 100 times each. There's so
It's
much
but a
media to
flesh wound.
consume now. Yeah. There's so much
Yeah.
media
Yeah.
to consume now that people don't rewatch the
I mean,
same
I
movie
quote
again and again
TikToks
and
and reels too. Like that's
I don't
it's
like that as much.
okay, but you know you laugh every time I go free Shavakadoo.
Shavakadoo. Yes, there are some that get me.
That's even
That
that's
one
a
ex-
fine.
That one escapes me. I don't know that one.
Do you do your own social media or do you have somebody helping you with it?
Yeah, I do it. Yeah.
You do it all yourself.
Yep.
It's great.
I mean, you do a really good job, man. It's really
Seriously, yeah.
engaging stuff.
Yeah, I try. I mean so I don't have a website. I don't advertise in newspapers and anything that helps pull people to the page, right?
Mhm.
And I don't think there's anything more enjoyable than getting somebody to have a laugh. I mean, I
Yeah.
really enjoy it. I'm a people person for sure. And when people engage and enjoy, that's great. I think that's just fantastic. So
Yeah.
try to keep it light and funny. I stay off the politics, just it's dogs and funny stuff.
That's like that's the best. I don't know. That's the dream.
Yeah.
No, I mean, my Instagram reel or feed is such a nightmare right now, but I do get a lot of dogs, thank goodness.
Mhm.
Because I've got a 200-pound Mastiff who's just like, I love him. He hates everybody else, but he loves, well, he likes a few other people, but he's very aggressive.
I heard
mean dog.
he's a good judge of people though. Somebody walked in and he liked them immediately. I was listening back. So
Oh yeah, no,
whatever.
he's met two people in his life that he liked right off the bat. One of them was my friend from here, Flip. This other guy's someone who used to work here. He hated Allie so
much.
like so much. And it was her fault. She tried to hide from him.
Okay, I didn't know
and he's
what
like,
to do.
No, I know you're in there. You get your
Yeah.
ass out of there. So
Yeah.
he was not happy.
Now I want to meet him now just to see if I pass the test.
You probably, how tall are you?
6'2".
Tall.
Yeah, you're a bigger dude. In general, for whatever reason, I'm 5'8". Everyone he's met that he likes right off the rip is a bigger guy. He's just like, yep, you're okay.
Yeah.
You're like me.
These are my kind of
You're
people.
like me.
You know, he dislikes women for some reason. It took my girlfriend
threat.
a solid 2 months before he'd stop just occasionally. Like he'd let her pet him and then whatever.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
He'd just look at her sometimes and go, like, hey, no. He's like, I'm still not sure on you.
Yeah.
What are the temperaments of English setters like? I've never hunted with English setters.
Setters are
Awesome.
really they were bred for one purpose, right? It was to be a bird dog. They weren't bred to be a herd dog. They weren't bred to be a guard dog. They weren't bred to be an attack dog. So their demeanor is really quite nice. They're very friendly, quite trusting, and they're bred to go hunt and then come home and chill out. So their off switch is really almost audible.
Oh,
and
that's nice.
It's nice. They come in and they're happy to be in the house and chill with your family, kids crawling all over them. And then out in the field, they'll turn it up. There's different varieties. So I have field bred setters, and then there's Ryman style, which is usually a little bit bigger, and they're kind of more likened to like the bench style dog, like a show dog, put on a bench show. And then there's Llewellyn setters, which were bred to be a little shorter. I'm generalizing. Somebody will be like, no, they're not. They work a little closer, supposedly, but they have a little bit different set than my field bred setters. Their tail goes straight up. And like a Llewellyn is more common to see like an actual like set, like a crouch or the tail flat out the back, something more like that. Not to say that there's not overlap either way, but there's a few different styles. But mine hunt like the Dickens when they're out there, and then you get them in and they're happy to chill out. So
Yeah.
I love them. I took George, my young dog. He'll be 2 in April. And last week we hunted him 118 miles. He ran 118 miles. So
nice.
In a week?
Yeah. And yep. We shot,
Good
I think I
Lord.
can do it if I think about it for a second. 11 birds on Sunday, 7 the day before, 7 the day before that. Then the Sunday before, we had a 9 3-man limit in a blizzard. That was fun.
In a blizzard, nice.
Yeah. 3, 9,
Golly,
14,
so he's doing some work.
21.
21.
I'm getting there.
No.
28.
That's what I said.
We had 39 roosters in a week and like 3 quail. This was with group, not just me.
Sure.
And I'll bet you he easily retrieved over half of those, which is awesome to see.
And you said he's young. How old is he?
He'll be 2 in April, April 26th.
So not even really in his prime yet.
No, I'm really excited about that dog. Yeah.
That's great. What was the name of the dog that you had at your house who had like the little leg thing?
Yeah, Kevin.
You just give your dogs regular names for the most part?
Well, yeah, usually. We got a
excellent.
cocker named Phil.
Yeah, Phil.
Kevin and Phil. Those might be my 2 new favorite dog names because I'm totally going to call that dog Kev.
Yeah.
It's like, sup, Kev?
Yeah, we got Kev. He's white and orange. He was sold to a guy, and I made a long post about it. I was pretty sore about it, to be honest with you. The guy kind of said he was, the next thing to God with bird dogs, and his grandpa had setters, and he was going to do it right and do all this hunting. And on day 2 that he bought this dog, he called me. He said, granted, this is a pup, and he's had it for 2 days. He said, this dog won't point. And my first words out of my mouth says, I will buy the dog back if you don't want it. And 9 days later, the dog came back and he had fleas, and it was a mess. But I paid him his money back, and down the road we went. I'm glad he had enough foresight to not keep the dog. But he said his reasoning was that for what I spent on this dog, I expected more. I thought, you owned the dog for 9 days. It doesn't even know your house yet.
Right.
It's not, whatever. But it takes all kinds, and you definitely, anybody dealing with the public figures that out pretty quick. Yeah. So take the dog back, move down the road.
Very true. Very true.
You got any other questions?
No, I hit everything I was going to ask.
Obviously, people can find you through Instagram. It looked like you have a Facebook. Didn't look like you do as much on it, though.
No, so Facebook has kind of traditionally been where I do better with sales, though.
Really?
I have like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Instagram is more showy and more fun, and like I'll have a reel or something do a couple thousand likes, and Facebook will get like 4. But if you make a post about something, and I usually post just to Instagram and it cross posts to Facebook.
Yeah.
But I've got more followers on Facebook, and when I post like, hey, puppies for sale, that's where that generates the sales. I think, not to dumb it down, but your average Joe, your hunters and stuff, they're using Facebook more than they are Instagram. Mm-hmm. And Instagram is a lot more people that are trying to be influential or get into that vein. And so it's different temperatures for those platforms. But yeah.
Your Instagram feed is, what is the name on it?
Cast Iron Kennels.
Okay. So simple as that. And then you can find them on Facebook as well. How else can people get in touch with you if they are interested in a puppy? Are those the 2 main ways?
Yeah, that's the 2 main. Okay. But there are other cast iron kennel breeder names out there. There's a guy that raises pickaries, which I didn't have a clue he existed until, whatever, it was done. And then since I've come, there's like somebody raising pugs or something in California. There's a couple that have popped up, but English setters. And on Facebook, you can find it. It's Cast Iron K. But anyway, my email is castironsetters@gmail.com. That's a good way to reach me too. I've got pups available, and I'm not going anywhere because they're a lot more fun than the hogs are. So
that's fair.
I'm going to keep some joy in my life out here on the farm.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
Good point. All right. Well, it's been great talking to you. I obviously appreciate you getting Allie out, getting her on some birds. I really think it's a cool thing what you do with the all women's hunts. I think that's important. We talked about it a bunch of times. The more people hunting, the better. I know that can sound antithetical to some people who want to get all the birds themselves. But if we don't get more people involved in hunting, we are not going to have hunting in 15 years. So
I think women's the fastest growing demographic in the hunting world anyway.
Really?
People are figuring it out. I think so. That they can go and hunt and they don't need a man there to say, this is how you do it. They go figure it out. And there's groups out there that'll support that. And if that gets my kids involved, all the more power to it. Let's go.
That's great.
There you go.
That's awesome.
All right. Thanks so much, Steve. We appreciate your time, bud.
Thank you,
guys.
Steve.
You guys have a good day.
You too.
You too.
All right. Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks for checking out the Meatgistics podcast. To shop everything but the meat, head on over to waltons.com. To get your meat processing questions answered by experts and enthusiasts alike, head on over to our online community at meatgistics.com. Waltons, everything but the meat.